off in space. All right, Usopp versus Purple Luffy. Looking at the dice roll, I think that's a perfect 12. Weighted dice here that we're using this week. All right, trying to figure out how to roll the dice. Rolls a 6, not a 12. Not quite what he wanted to see. Usopp is going to be able to decide whether he goes first or second. I am guessing that this Usopp is most likely taking first from Purple Luffy. Purple Luffy just so much better when he goes first. Able to use that leader effect first, able to get more Dawn first. So I think that is most likely that Usopp is taking it. Let's kind of see what these players draw. Ooh, we got some Rebekahs. We got a lot of late game in this hand. I do see some Searchers. You know, Searchers are always good to have in the opener. This Purple Luffy hand, not looking the worst, but you're not really doing anything for a while. Most likely, like I said, going second, so he does have that curve and able to get into that 4 Dawn, but really not 100% of what you want to see. Road decides to go ahead and mulligan that. I don't think that's a bad option.
No, I would 100%
Swift
keep that.
is definitely reading his cards here, trying to figure out, okay, does this do what I think it does, or do I have to have? Nope, decides to probably keep this hand. Just puts out the life, knows he has a Searcher, knows he has a blocker, so has everything he needs.
Knowing a Purple Luffy deck, playing it,
You know
it
exactly
could
what
get
they
worse.
want.
It
Exactly.
could get worse.
It could get much
Yeah.
worse.
Because with having Zoro and Sangoro in hand, you just need the Zoro hit to hit a Luffy Taro, and then you're set for life.
It does look like he's able to get a way better hand here, though. It was I saw a Bon Clay in there, so finds. Oh wow! First turn search finds the stage already.
And it's also interesting, Ro being known as a
I
blue
said this was
player.
a better hand, but it really just has counter and a Bon Clay.
Wow,
Interesting.
this is a way worse hand.
Yeah, decides to just swing 5 here, giving away one of those 2K counters early on.
I don't think he has a choice here. It's all 2Ks.
It
the
is
Bon
all
Clay.
2Ks and the Bon Clay.
And a Bon Clay.
Yeah, the Bon. You can't forget about the Bon Clay. He could go up to 6 Dawn here. Honestly, not the worst idea. Using the Bon Clay to get up to 5. Oh, throws 1 card on the floor. Is picking up a new card, a different card, a better card. Wow, it's a Zoro.
Decided to swing 6
And
here.
we are deciding to swing 6. Interesting. Decides not to use the leader ability, just kind of holding firm on the life. And just gives him the blocker.
Yeah, just to get the draw from
Makes
the block.
sense. Makes sense. Let's see what these hands are. Oh,
Interesting.
trying to figure out his Dawn first.
Going to 5 Dawns. What is the play?
You know, I
Ooh.
definitely think that you have to get this stage out this turn. The stage does so much work for Usopp. Just swings another 5, ends up taking it. Kind of sucks, but yep, there's that stage. Has 4. Getting out the Frankie blocker. This Frankie blocker is so good. Just being able to essentially on KO put a thing from your trash on back onto the battlefield. Being able to get that Barto right back to the battlefield is always nice. And later on, you can actually, I believe, grab the Zoro as well.
This week is kind of interesting, knowing that Ro is a blue
Can't
player.
grab the Zoro.
He's a known blue player, and then this week he's playing a purple Luffy, which is kind of rare to see. So
Yeah, Ro
Yeah.
does not normally play purple.
Yeah.
I like that he's, and that's what I just love about these Brawlic games. You just have to play something. You have to play something new every single week. You're getting familiar with other decks, and honestly, playing a deck sometimes makes you learn the deck better than actually playing against the deck, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, knowing the intricacies is important. Gets the Luffy Taro, was able to draw into that, and the Zoro Druo for the search.
wow.
Nothing too good. Oh, does get the trying to figure out if he actually wants that Sangoro. Does he have one in hand? Didn't look like it. Does just decide to grab the Sangoro. He was just making sure.
He's like, ooh, there's the 2K I want.
Yeah,
But Sangoro is a very good card.
Sangoro is such a good card.
Yeah.
Does have some swings to finish up here. But just decides to pass. Doesn't even swing the leader. Just maybe worried about blocking with the Frankie.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to get the extra value out of it,
You
like
know,
the
I
drop.
think it's better almost to get the early value out of it though, rather than the later value.
Hmm.
It's a tough decision. I mean, it is just an extra body on the field, but you're looking at trading Frankie for Barto, so I feel like even if he does block there, it's not that bad of a trade. But
And I kind of don't like keeping Bonkley up this late in the game
yeah,
because with the Corrida Colosseum, the your essentially your what's it called? Your characters can swing at your
any
characters.
active
Yeah.
character, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
So you
like the Luffy. So
using the Bond Clay probably would have been effective, even if it's just a 5K swing. It's still just one extra swing to have to deal with.
yep.
Wow, giving up on that Sangoro quickly. Does have the Sanji in hand, so maybe just kind of thinking about how he can rest this Frankie and swing into life and not have to worry about the blocks. This Rebecca card is so good, being able to just draw a card, play a card,
Play two cards.
play
That's
two
crazy.
cards. The new Gecko
Yeah.
Moria is wild.
And then the Kyros being able to bounce a 5 cost is crazy.
Yeah, I'm kind of, bouncing the Bonkley, not the worst. Probably just doesn't want to give him that search a second time, so I like that. Reading, making sure he understands how the Sabo works. And decides to just pass. Not much else to do this turn. He could have swung Frankie, but it's probably just not worth it. Now, with the insider information, swinging Frankie here wouldn't have been the worst option, just because he does have the Sanji in hand, but you just can't know that being on the other side is Swift.
Yeah. You just want to keep it up so you can block and then, get the card draw.
Absolutely.
Especially with having Luffy Taro on board. It's an AK swing. It's a heavy swing. So you kind of want to have a blocker on board.
Mm-hmm.
Especially knowing that you can draw a card out of it. So it's very good there.
This 5K swing just countered out. Does decide to block with the Frankie, gets to draw his card, returning what from the graveyard? It looks like it's going to be a one-legged
Ooh,
toy soldier.
This is
Is he
interesting.
thinking about using that activate main?
I thought he was gonna bring out a Barto, but
I did as well. The Barto is just like an extra blocker and an extra thing you have to swing into this turn, but I'm not upset with picking up the one-legged toy soldier.
he has a plan here, I see.
He definitely has a plan. Ro just kind of flipping through his cards, trying to figure out what to do next. Does have a Luffy Taro in hand, swinging 8 into 5. Lets it go. No point in countering out there. The second Luffy Taro has hit the towers.
Decide to go wide.
Wow,
Oh,
and
decided to
another
play
search is nice.
the Zoro instead of the Sangoro there.
I believe that he countered out with using the Sangoro. You can
Oh,
see it there
yeah.
in his trash.
Yep, it's
I was
right
a little
there.
shocked, but here we are. Trying to figure out what to grab off this search. Could grab another Luffy Taro, could grab a Sanji, could grab a 2K. Has a ton of options. Not much in the hand. Look at that search. I mean, really just pretty much whatever he wants here.
With his current board state, I would maybe take the
I would think
2K?
the 2K, yeah.
yeah, just to counter out of your. Yep.
There it is.
Decided to take the 2K here.
It also is able to just rest a character a little bit later on, maybe looking at that Gyros.
Especially with Frankie's and
Yep.
Bartos and Adios, the blockers, you can just rest every blocker essentially.
Anything, really. Doesn't have to worry about them.
So it's Swift going into 9 dons here. Has a scary board with Kyros there standing.
Absolutely.
Ro has also a scary. Being at 4 life with 2 Leafy Taros played,
Absolutely, yeah.
he's in a very good spot right now.
It's interesting because this board state on the Usopp side definitely looks a lot tougher than it really is, but really you're just looking at a bunch of little guys and Kyros.
Yep. Little guys and Kyros are crazy.
I mean,
Yep.
are you swinging with one-legged toy soldier? Most likely not. Swinging 10 into the Luffy Taro requiring that 3K counter wants to get cards out of this hand.
Counter here feels good because he
He
knows.
has the counter for
Yeah,
it.
he knows the Usohachi and the Bonkley in hand. So giving out. Yep.
Yep, there it is.
Predicted.
So it really, I mean,
yeah.
you have no new information from the hand.
Mm-hmm.
It is just the same stuff. 6 into 6.
Interesting. has the
I
walk
like this.
counter.
I mean, he's definitely just asking for cards and trying not to reload the hand.
Oh,
Gives him the 2.
interesting play here by Ro. Oh, soldier.
Using the activate main, minusing 2 on the Luffy Taro that's standing. Maybe was hoping that he could have popped it with the Kira swing, but
Rebecca here.
a second one gets to draw a card, trying to figure out what to show. I believe that he has to show the cards first, but that's okay. We're just trying to figure out. Oh,
so
another Kira's.
Yep, you can just bounce the Luffy Taro back
Absolutely.
to hand.
Yep. Or you could also possibly, is it? It is not small enough, I don't think, for the Zoro to pop it.
Yep, Zoro definitely can pop a 4. So,
Now, and like a toy soldier, he only minuses 2. So
no, it minuses 3.
Oh, he
so
could pop it.
he can bounce the Zoro and pop the Luffy Taro. This is a very good play.
Yeah, I
by
like
Swift.
this a lot more. Able to keep up a lot of the yes.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh yeah.
He can't activate main here because the Zoro should be rested when it comes out.
No, you can. It's just
You can?
it has to be rested, yeah.
Okay.
When it's played out, but the on play is still.
Okay, the on play is still there. He's just
You just have to rest your leader or your stage for the effective
no.
roll.
You do have to rest one Dressrosa card
Yeah, it's the leader or
or
yeah.
the okay.
Yep, it's the
okay.
stage.
Yeah, these OP10 cards still confusing me.
So the Zoro does come in play as active or no?
No,
It
it's
does
rested.
come in rested.
Yeah,
It's just
it
that
comes
you
in
can
rested?
Yeah.
use the ability regardless.
It's because of Rebecca.
The 9K swing into the 8 just decides to give him the 2. It's rested. It's no big deal. Oh.
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 Oh. Oh. Yeah,
He swung
he
with
swung
it.
with the Zoro
Interesting. Okay, so we are getting just a little bit of a remix here. I
Yep.
guess he swung with it.
We fixed that.
Thank you. So he was able to swing 9 here. Kind of going back, trying to figure out here what to do with this play. We're fixing it up here. So we're back to this 9K swing, I believe. And the 9K is now going into 6. So Ro is looking here at his Dawn. This is a bit of a messy mess. That's okay. Going down 2.
And play to 1 reveal. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
Mhm.
So now he's just redirecting. I think that's.
Yeah, we're just redirecting back because the Zoro is supposed to be arrested. Because what's interesting about these Dressrosa cards is you can swing the turn it's played to an
Right,
character.
exactly. Just because
Yeah.
that stage is so
Yeah,
powerful.
That stage is crazy.
Maybe one of the better stages.
Decided to use Gum Gum Giant here.
Wow, yeah, it decides to keep around the body. Kind of.
Yeah, especially with having 2 removed.
I
it's
think I
kinda
still
tough
would have
here.
just let this Zoro die. I'm not sure if I would have committed that much Dawn here, because now you're only on 7 yet again, and you're just not going anywhere. You're kind of just spinning wheels.
Mhm.
But it does have some good swings. I mean, these Rebeccas really aren't doing much right now, just because they just don't have, they don't have
that much
that
power.
much power,
Mhm.
right? And committing the Dawn early on like this is just not worth it.
They could be a killer in the late games though. When
They
it
can,
matters.
they can,
Yep.
and really, I mean, 7K swings are pretty aggressive. If you only have to attach 3 Dawn, it's still pretty good.
Mhm.
Especially into Luffy Taro, where he's been using up a lot of his counter early on, instead of building up his hand. Does still have 6 cards, maybe 7. I think that 7th card is just kind of stuck under the 6 there.
Deciding what to do here because that's a scary board.
He did use leader ability, so he went up to 8 instead of 7, which is good. Looking and looking. Hard to see Ro's hand from here.
Decided to put it back down. Oh, swinging 11 at the Kuros here. Yeah, I think that's the right move here.
It looks like a Nami in there. Yeah, 11 at Kuros does get a draw card. 6 over here to Zoro on Zoro. Violence.
You have to start removing it as well because you just cannot let him keep the board
Yeah.
state.
Yeah, it does just give him a 1.
Not having a Big Mom here kind of sucks for Row.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
able to heal that life up.
And then you can just put the Zoro down. And their bottom life is also very good.
Or even a Rebecca, I mean. The Zoro is a little bit of a threat here. Does have 8 Dawn, so he's able to trash a card and draw 2. Finds the Big Mom.
Here's the Big Mom.
It looked like I think that last card, besides the Big Mom, was also the 9-drop Rush Luffy from OP9.
Drawing into True Bricks kind of sucks here, though.
It does. It does. Swings 5. Was able to get that 5 swing through, though. Yeah, it looks like that's what it was. So he has the Big Mom, has Sanji. Does have a little bit of counter still left in this hand. Two 2Ks and a Gum Gum Giant is nothing to scoff at. Probably doesn't want to be using this Gum Gum Giant this turn, just so that he is able to use maybe that Luffy or the Rush Luffy and the Mom next turn, and just kind of gets to take his pick. I guess he can do it either way if he uses the leader ability, or if he uses the Gum Gum and the leader ability.
Yeah, but it's
But
why would you waste a Gum Gum?
It's a lot of cards.
Right?
It is. It is a waste. It feels like, and there's not a ton of threats here. I mean, Swift looking at this Dressrosa Luffy.
And he has a Nami on board, so it's pretty convenient for Ro right now. Seeing how he will set up for next turn. But the Luffy here would be annoying though. The Gear 4 Luffy. Being able to restand and then just swing
a
at
second
active
time.
characters.
Yeah.
Oh, the Rebecca is in action now.
She is going in 5. I'm guessing this
We
is.
just talked about her.
Yeah.
She's already swinging.
I mean, hey, you only have to attach one Dawn for it to be an actual swing, right? So
Yep. It's not expensive.
I'm guessing both of these Rebeccas are going to be swinging. Yep,
Wow.
there it is.
Yep.
Another 5.
Wow.
Just getting cards
Yeah.
slowly out of the hand, just trickling them down on these resources.
You have
Gets rid
to
of the
at this point.
Hachi over the Sanji. I don't think that's the worst. I mean, you know that there's no blockers on field at this time. Hachi is
yeah.
just kind of sitting in hand right now.
But I feel like he's wasting too many 2Ks at this point. Just
Absolutely. I mean, we
taking-
started off the game kind of using a lot of our 2Ks.
Yeah.
Wow. Finds the third Rebecca. Crazy.
See?
Is able to
The
play out the
Luffy's here.
Luffy.
And
We're looking at some swings here for
Yep.
sure.
is he gonna play another card? Decided to
Does
play
decide to
Bartok.
do it, yeah.
Yep.
I don't mind this. It's a blocker. It's rested, but if it is able to restand next turn, then it does help out. So just kind of setting up. This Luffy is gross. I wonder
Yeah.
if he's going to be swinging with it.
So he still has a leader, Kiros, and Luffy swing here. Wonder what he's gonna do.
Yeah, just trying to figure out what characters to swing into, possibly.
Oh, also a Zoro swing, so practically 4 more swings coming in.
Yo, hey, what is that emo, brother? What is that emo, brother? Now, it looks like we're swinging. Are we swinging the 6 here?
Oh, decided to block here. Oh,
Yeah.
that's very bad.
Kind of says a lot about the hand.
Yeah.
Another 6.
Yeah, he has no counter left. It's only the 2K.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's the 2.
Uh-huh.
Looks like we're gonna get another
Oh.
one. 7 swing into it. Yeah, there it goes. No counter left in hand. Does still have this Kira swing.
This is a tough spot. Like you want a giant here, but if you giant, you go back to 6 dawns, which you will start with 8 next turn.
Yep.
Oh, decided to bottom deck the cards. Oh no, the Luffy restands.
That is
Yeah.
unfortunate.
So another 9 to Luffy Taro.
Looks like we're seeing another 9. Now, us as casters, we know that Ro has pretty much no counter here. Maybe deciding if saving this Taro is worth it, looking through his trash.
What do you think?
I don't think you use it here. I mean, you have your top end in hand. You kind of want to get up in the Dawn here. You could use it and use leader ability next turn and still play a Big Mom though. So, now you're looking at 2 bodies on field. It might not be the worst use of a Gum Gum Giant. Let's see what he does.
This is tough.
This is tough, but if you're using that leader ability to get that 1 extra card, at least you have 1 extra card. Decides to use it. I'm really thinking this is probably.
Oh no,
Wow, trashes the
Okay.
Big Mom.
Yep.
Is interesting. Draws his 2 cards, and card for turn after the pass there. Goes up to 8 again. Uro's been spinning his wheels. Decides to take the life and Rampadon.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that Big Mom is in the trash, but maybe he picked up another one? Nope, just
No.
2 rush
Yeah, I
Luffys.
think trashing the Big Mom there is a mistake. You need to start controlling for board here
Yeah,
because it's getting scary now.
it is getting very scary, and
Especially with
you
you
need to
wasting
play-
2 Gum Gum Giants already.
yeah.
So,
I mean, you need to get some of this crap off the field.
yeah. Swift is in a very good spot here, just chilling.
Absolutely, yep. There's the 9-drop rush. Luffy draws a card off the effect for playing it. Oh. A little bit sensitive on the triggers today.
So,
Swinging 10 into 8 just gives him a 2.
2K, 8 into 6,
Yeah, probably lets
Yeah.
that one go.
gets the draw there, and then
5 into
5 in leader.
Barta, probably letting that go as well.
Interesting.
He acts like he's
3
considering it. Does have the 2/2Ks in hand. Could save it. Not sure he needs to. Yeah, just lets it go. Just let it go. All right, passing back over. This Usopp, the only one that's seen 10 Dawn this entire game. Now, I'm wondering.
If he wants to commit for game
Yeah,
here,
he has so much
Yeah.
Dawn available to him that he could definitely just commit the game.
especially with Luffy being able to restand himself.
Trying to count it out, maybe do some math here.
Yeah.
We know that Ro has
5 cards in
several 2Ks in hand.
hand. Yeah. he
Looks
has
like three 2Ks.
Yeah, 3 2Ks and a 1K. So
So he is able to get out of some of these swings. Maybe you don't want to overcommit too much with 5 cards in hand.
maybe starting with a 7 here would be good. Trying to see what he gives out of his hand.
I think I may just attach. I mean, there's nothing top end wise that we're playing out of this Usopp.
Yeah.
I
This
might
is
just start attaching some Dawn to this Rebecca and seeing if there's a 7 swing available to me.
and then going for game here is a very good. It's very good because.
Starting big, 10 into 8.
Oh, what?
Decides to clear up the board. Just playing it slow,
Yeah.
playing it very, very slow.
Decided to contest here, because Ro has no dawns up for Giant here, so going for game is actually very possible.
I believe that he swung 7 and then just restood, so he can still, I believe, attack. No? Is this Luffy Taro able to attack this turn? I'm not sure. He did restand it using ability.
It can attack, yes, but it
It can
attacks
attack.
easily.
It can attack. It's just you can't restand it.
Yeah, you just
if you
cannot
use
restand
the
it.
if you use the ability and it's rested after your second swing, you just can't restand it that
Yep.
turn.
But if it's still standing, so it can still attack.
It is still attacking. So decides to swing 5, just gives him a 1.
Interesting here. So he has 6 dawns left. Maybe commit all to the Luffy at this point because you already contest for board.
I mean, there's not much in the hand to really play, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So you are able to commit a lot of this Dawn. I'm not sure you're actually leaving any of it up. Man, he's so quick with that look, that little peak. 7. That's what we were talking about earlier. It only takes 3 Dawn to really make this Rebecca swing matter.
Yeah.
So this is a 7 swing into life, asking for 2 cards. 3 if you're really sad, but we know that we have counter.
Maybe Swift is just trying to play it safe here for a rush because he's at 3 lives, right? So getting rid of that Luffy Taro guarantees his survival
Yeah,
next turn.
absolutely. It does guarantee that you live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with the amount of counter that Swift does have in hand, he's living either way, but playing it cautious here is not the worst way to play it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he has to put Row in 0 this turn. Just swinging both the Luffys.
It looks like he was countering out of that. That 7 swing did not connect. Trying to figure out how much. Yep, there it is.
There's the
Rest of this
13.
Dawn. Wow, 13 at 10.
Wow.
Yeah, it just clears everything and lets it go. Back over. We're finally seeing 10 Dawn as Luffy. Love to see it.
Finally.
Finally.
After what?
I think it's been 3 turns of 7, 8.
Eight Dawns, yep.
We made it. It's, sometimes it's not about when you get there, it's how you get there.
True.
So, looks like we're tapping another 9. Does Dawn -1 draws the card for the effect here. Ooh, another brick.
Oof. Hand is not looking good here.
Definitely not looking great.
Oh,
11.
no Dawn standing for Giant. Oof.
Thinking about this 11.
Yeah. I think you have to swing at Luffy here.
Really trying to decide what is... Oh, takes it back. Trying to figure out how to clear up this board a little bit. I mean, you're definitely not going for life here. You're probably just trying to get rid of these threats.
Yeah, you have to recover from this.
Swings into 7. Is asking for quite a few cards. Does have 2 2Ks as we knew before. So he was able to just get out of it.
Ooh,
Another 2K.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That might just be the nail in the coffin there.
Yep. With 3 cards in hand.
Allows it to pass. 3 cards left. I mean, you are drawing 2. Maybe you find a Gum Gum Giant and you're really, really hopeful.
Yep.
That's a lot of bricks to have to deal with.
But even if he survives, how can he go for a game after, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He's in
I
a
mean,
very
this
tough spot
life
right
is
now.
just still so tall.
Oh. Decided to search here.
That's interesting. That's a choice.
Interesting.
Just wants to make sure that his top end isn't very good in case he wants to show it off. Finds a 2K, and I can't quite... looks like it might have just been 2 2Ks. Oh, no, sorry, a 2K and a blocker. So, is just making sure that there's absolutely no chance of Row coming back into this. 9 into lead, I'm guessing. 9 into 10 wouldn't make too much sense, right, Rio?
Yeah. You're so right. But maybe I would always start with a 7 here. See what he does. If he takes the life, then you can,
Oh,
he
wow.
does draw into a Gum Gum Giant here.
We'll see how much Swift commits here.
Wow.
Is just, I believe, attaching 3 Dawn?
It's 2 Dawns.
2 Dawn, so another 9 swing.
Yeah, another 9 swing.
This gets him out of range for Gum Gum Giant. Does have to actually draw 1. There's the Mr. 2 that I assume is going into the Mr. Trash.
So...
Needs
No,
one more K counter.
Oh, yes.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, you need one more.
That's not your graveyard, sir.
Interesting. There's Blast Breath.
Wow, lots of Dawn here still to commit. Thinking 7 now. Now choosing to swing 7, I believe, with this Rebecca. Yep, there it is. 7 swing. 3 cards in hand. Does not have counter, unfortunate.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, just swing everything with Usopp.
And 9.
GG.
Unlucky that he doesn't have any counter really to speak of. But, played well by the Usopp. I think Usopp is one of those decks that just rolls purple Luffy most days. It's just, you have so many bodies. You have so many bodies with that Rebecca just being so busted. Gecko Moria who? what do you need Gekko Moria for anymore? You know what I mean?
It's interesting how we thought like Ro had the upper hand there with 2 Luffy Taros and 2 Zoro Zeros.
Yeah,
And then
things turn
Swift-
around so quickly.
Yeah, Swift just calls out a one-legged toy soldier, and we're like, what?
Yeah,
Why
that
are we-
one-legged
yeah.
toy soldier actually put in so much work